Okay, y'all, I just want to give you a short little clip and discuss the concepts in chapter 16. So notice that chapter 16 you have to do the workbook and sentence translation all in 1 week. So we're just taking 1 week for chapter 16. And the reason we're doing that is because the concepts of adjectives are very familiar to you guys. So this is just another group of adjectives that you need to get in your toolbox. Okay? All right, so let's just talk about what we know regarding adjectives. Okay, we know so far the one group that we have studied is the group of first, second declension adjectives. Okay, we know that our adjectives in this group are listed as us, right? We have magnus, for example. We have adjectives that don't follow the us, they're a little irregular in the masculine. Your pulcher, pulcra, and pulcrum, right? Another adjective, well, bonus, bona, bonum, malus, all your adjectives you've learned so far are three distinct genders, right? You have your first declension feminine, you have your second declension masculine, and neuter. So what they're presenting to you in chapter 16 are third declension adjectives. So all adjectives in Latin fit in either one of these two groups. First, second declension adjectives or third declension adjectives. Okay, now, as you might expect, your third declension adjectives are going to decline using third declension case endings. Specifically, they're going to be using third declension I stem endings. Okay, so if you look at chapter 16, you open up to page 132. What they start there with is a brief review of your I stem case endings, okay? And so we know that your I stem nouns, right, if it's masculine or feminine noun, that it's just the I in the genitive plural, but your neuter nouns, of course, have the I in the genitive plural, the ablative singular, and the nominative and accusative plural, okay? So review that on page 132. And what they have here listed are adjective of 2 endings, 3 endings, and 1 ending. Okay, so what the heck does that mean? All right. The only thing with these third declension adjectives is in the nominative form. They break out the genders. Okay, so you have basically 3 little groups of third declension adjectives, if you will, in this second group of third declension adjectives. Adjectives, if you look on page 132, adjectives of 2 endings. That means that in the nominative form only, all 3 of these little groups are only concerning the nominative form. Adjective of 2 endings, look at this, fortis, forte. If you need a masculine or feminine gender for this adjective meaning strong or brave, and you need the nominative form, you use fortis. If you need the neuter form, you use forte. And remember, how do you know which gender and case and number to use? Because your adjectives always match your nouns in case, gender, number. Okay? So, notice the rest of the case endings there all just follow the I stem. The one difference is that all of your third declension adjectives have an ablative singular I, okay, for both masculine, feminine, and neuter. Whereas with the nouns, remember, it was just I in the ablative singular for your neuter nouns. But with the adjectives, it's ablative singular in all 3 genders. And that's why they bold it there, so they can kind of point out that little difference there between the third declension adjectives and third declension nouns. Okay, now if you look at adjective of 3 endings, so let's see, we'll put 4. So this is how it would be listed in the vocabulary. So what does that mean? That means in the vocabulary, you look at this word and you notice it's an adjective. How do you notice that? Well, for one thing, there's no gender listed after it. Okay, adjectives do not list the gender in the vocabulary because you never know what gender you need, right? Nouns always have the same gender. but adjectives do not. So one, there's no gender listed. Two, you see the translation is strong, which of course you know is an adjective, right? And then how you look at this is you look at this as fortis is the form you use for masculine, feminine, nominative, and e, forte, is the form you use for masculine, neuter, nominative. And then if you need any other case or number, just like they have listed there, it's just third declension I stem. Okay, adjective of 3 endings. All right, it's exactly what it sounds like. 3 endings. What does that mean? It means 3 different gender endings if you need the nominative form. So you see they use the adjective there, keen, severe, fierce. Okay, that's aker, acris, acre. So if you need the masculine nominative of harsh or bitter, what is this adjective? Keen, severe, fierce. Use aker. If you need the feminine nominative form, acris, the neuter. Oops, sorry. Kara, Krisa, Cray. If you need the neuter form, you use Cray. If you need any other case or number, then you just use what they have listed there, of course, which are the third declension I stem endings. Okay?